Hi, my name is Tina. I'm here at Calmore Natural Energy Research. I'm going to talk about the horse's chakras and what chakra represents what in the horse. Bit of my background is I've been with horses all my life, and I wanted to go and work on showing people and getting a better understanding of the horse's chakras, which is very important when you're riding your horse, because I'm a BHSAI instructor. I teach horse riding, but I believe if the human gets a better understanding of the horse, you will be able to work in better balance with the horse. So here I have the horse's chakras. Now, as you see on the top where his ears are, that's the crown chakra. That represents the universal energy coming down into the horse's soul. Now, as you see there, the third eye, that is the horse's psychic. Now, a horse can't talk to you, but if you keep a clear mind when you're around your horse or you're up on your horse, and that you're not stressed, the horse can work through your thoughts and telepathically give you messages in your thoughts, or you may get it by a feeling when you're around the horse or sitting up on the horse. So the third eye is their psychic. Then you see there the throat. That represents the expression of the horse. Now, the horse can't talk, so needs a way of expressing itself. So it works with telepathically with people. So just to get an understanding of this, I'll work my way down. Then on the top of the withers here, we have the heart chakra, the love, unconditional love, acceptance of the horses himself or herself, or the rider or the owner. So it's on the top of the withers, working down to where the breast is. If you see the breast there, I'll zoom in. Breast, it comes all the way down there. Now, if we come across here to the solar plex, just after the withers, now this is where the horse's emotions are, alright, which are linked in with the digestive system, all the organs, the liver, the small intestine, large intestine, spleen, pancreas, all linked in, and each of those organs have an emotion. Now, this is something quite interesting that a lot of riders, I don't know if they've picked up on this, but that is where the saddle goes. Now, if you're very stressed out, the horse will pick this up, and it will actually be, you might find the horse a bit agitated, right? So you need to be aware of when you're sitting up on your horse, what's going on with you. If you're stressed, the horse will get agitated. I've noticed this more with thoroughbred horses than draft horses. Draft horses are a lot more solid than thoroughbreds. They're very flighty and they run a lot, whereas a draft horse is a lot more solid breathing it. As you know, the thoroughbreds are race horses, so that's how they perceive they run when they get frightened. Now, if we come along here to the top, the crop there, try and zoom back a bit so you can see it. That is the sexual cells of your horse, the reproductive cells, okay? Just at the croup, sacral, if you see it there. So that's where all the reproductive cells are. Now, if we come to the base here, the base is the life of survival. Now, this is why your horse, when it's frightened, it'll turn its hindquarters to you, or it'll try and lash out. That's when your horse is picking up something's around you, or if it's nervous or frightened of something. So just to be aware of this. So it's the base chakra, alright, the hindquarters there. This is something I noticed a lot when I worked with horses, that they picked up on people's energy a lot and made them quite agitated, especially more the thoroughbred. If you have a draft horse that's quite solid in itself, it's not as flighty. But I feel that working with the horses for so long, especially in riding schools, they are well trained, but they do pick up stuff, and this is why sometimes accidents can happen and you don't know why. Remember, if it's not your own horse and you're riding somebody else's school horse, you don't know how many lessons it has been going through before you got up on it, or maybe you do. But just to be aware of other people's energy around the horse, because the horse is quite spiritual. And what animals tend to do is, when a person is very stressed out and upset, it takes on the energy to try and move it on and help the person heal. But the animal, our horse, takes this energy on, and what can happen is their chakras get blocked, and they've no way of freeing up their chakras. So this is what I focus on. I focus on an understanding of working through the horse's chakras. Emotional freedom technique is brilliant for tapping the horse in certain areas, or getting somebody to be a surrogate and working through that person to your horse. It's also another good way. But I have a thoroughbred here at home, and I work with her and tap a lot with her third eye and her hindquarters. If there's any fear around her, we work on her and we release it. So this is all about the horse's chakras. So you have the crown, you have the third eye, you have the throat, you have the heart, you have the solar plex. Zoom in there so you can see it. You have the sacral, and you have the base chakra. Now, humans also have these chakras. And if your chakras are blocked when you get up on the horse will pick this up also. But if a chakra has been blocked for a long time, what can happen is it can cause an illness, because the chakra hasn't been cleared and the energy hasn't been moved on. And the illness comes in a physical form, like an upset stomach, having problems digest food, being miserable in yourself. This is all part of your chakras being blocked. So just be aware of this, also with yourself. that if the chakras are blocked, especially the solar plex, or all your organs for your digestive system work, and if you're having problems with your stomach or your sacral or your base in a human, which is your lower spine, and when you get up on the horse will pick up on this. So just to make you more aware of all of this, hope you benefited something from this now, and this is a start of just a better understanding of healing for your horse, and also your animals. Cat and dogs are the same. Dogs take on the energy of a person to help them move on if the person can't. So just to be aware when you're around your animals that they also take on an energy. So if your dog or your cat's miserable, don't be afraid to give it a tap between the two eyes. Just gently hold their head and tap it, and tap on where their tail is to release the blockage, and tap down through the spine. And you'll know when the blockages has been released, because they'll feel better or have more energy. So this is Tina here at Calmore Natural Energy Research. For further information, don't be afraid to go onto our website. We do a lot of other things, research about the environment we live in. We live here working from all solar panels charging into electric batteries. We've no ESB lines coming here. We're self-sufficient. So don't be afraid to get in contact. It's www.kylemorenaturalenergy.com. Thanks for listening. Hope you learned something from this.